Hey everyone, this is Elias from RevMatch Media, and today, we have a Kawasaki NAV 4E Limited. Now, they say it's not a golf cart, but if it looks like a golf cart, it doesn't drive like a golf cart. So, it's definitely not a golf cart. Let's go ahead and get started. Now we get started in front, and this thing looks really nice. So we do have the limited version. We do have this nice like maroon red color, which I love the way that this looks. And this front end is pretty aggressive. And that's the whole thing of this isn't really a golf cart, or they don't want, Kawasaki says it's not a golf cart because it's kind of on a side-by-side frame. And it's just a little bit more refined than a side-by-side, but maybe not as capable. I probably wouldn't take this off, but just in case you need to, get on some grass or something like that, it can do a lot. So let's take a look at a couple of things. So in the front, we do get this plexiglass screen on the front, which is nice to protect you from the bugs that are kind of flying around. But if you're feeling adventurous or you're needing a little bit of cooling like I am needing today, I'm probably going to just bring this down and keep this down. It'll go ahead and lock in there, and I can go ahead and get some fresh open air as I'm driving, which, oh, nice. We're finally getting a nice breeze right now. But yeah, we have that option, which is nice. We don't get any mirrors here. We do get the mirror in the middle there. There are some options that this one doesn't have. Definitely get the mirrors. You're gonna want to have that. And again, we have the red plastic hood here. We have the headlights, which are nice. We drove for 4th of July. We had this, and we were driving around the neighborhood watching all the fireworks, and it was really nice because we got to drive with these headlights on there, and people were able to see. I was able to see the road, so no problem there. Then we get this front bumper, which, man, this is some good protection in case of anything, in case you need to kind of brush some stuff away. So love the fact that we have this nice metal protection there. And you could see the approach angle is pretty good. So definitely it's gonna hit the tires before it hits anything underneath there. So love the fact that we get this in the front. So let's go ahead and see what we have right in here. We get under the hood, or with the hood off, and yes, I'm used to an engine when I do my car reviews, but with this we do get the Kawasaki Hyphonics amp for the 4 speakers that we have inside, which is nice that we have it really accessible there. And talking about having things accessible is the headlights. So if you're needing to get any repair done or change them out or anything, yeah, you have pretty easy access to them here, which is nice. You don't have to take too many things off. But as far as let's talk about power plant. So with this being the limited, we do get the lithium ion batteries, so 2 of them, which is nice to have. Very lightweight systems on there. They do deliver a maximum power of 10.7 kilowatts at 2000 RPM. And then we also get 37.6 pound-feet of torque at 2000 RPM as well. Yeah, you don't need that much torque in these things. You don't need that much power, especially when this is going to be limited to 19 miles per hour. Turns out there's a bunch of rules and regulations when it comes to these open vehicles, that I'm learning thanks to the team at Kawasaki. The other thing as well, battery range, we are looking at about 40 miles for a full charge. And to fully charge it, we are looking at approximately 11 hours from 0 to 100%. And obviously this is going to be a 2-wheel drive system. But yeah, I'm actually loving the power delivery to this. It's been extremely smooth. No issues with maintaining a certain speed or just hammering it and keep letting it maintain the 19 miles an hour. So I love this. I love this because sometimes these golf carts, not this one, this isn't a golf cart, but what I mean by that is sometimes when you accelerate, it has such a dead spot and then it kicks in. No, not with this. So the moment you start accelerating, we get a linear power delivery, which is nice. It's nice to have something like that as opposed to you having to hammer and then kind of lay off to keep it constant. No, if you just kind of leave it at wherever you want, it will keep delivering that same constant power. Yeah, It's such a small little detail, but it makes drivability such a big difference. And this thing really excels at doing that. So let's go ahead and take a look at those wheels and tires. We get down to the wheel and tire package, and we have this nice 14-inch wheel, and it is wrapped in a 23 by 10 off-road style tire. And yeah, I like the design. It's got some blink to it. The machine look we have on the edge, and then the middle cap there in the kind of a chrome style with the black wheel on there. So yeah, love the design. It looks kind of cool. The tires though, this was the impressive part, that we have a pretty aggressive tire. Like I said, you could probably, yeah, if you want to be adventurous with this and get a little bit further out than just kind of the road, you're able to. So that's where it's like, you don't need the full on, just kind of, you know, side by side off-road capability, but you want a little bit of it. Yeah, this setup is nice. The suspension is great as well. No issues with that. The braking, obviously, it's not gonna take long to brake. But yeah, love this. Looks really cool. Behaves really well. So even though we have that aggressive tire, it's fairly quiet on the road, and it's really easy to maneuver. No weird moving back and forth or anything like that. So yeah, good setup. Let's go ahead and see what we have on the side. We get to the side and we can see this is pretty cool. So love the fact we have actually a pretty big sized, not golf cart. But we take a look and there are two rows, so it's in the front and in the back for a total of 4 seats on this. Now, one thing I do want to mention, one of my neighbors saw me driving this and said, oh, that's really cool. We were actually looking at getting one, but they realized that, and it's for their elderly mother, this would probably not be the best bet for them, and that's simply because of the height that we get. So we do get, it's nice that we get the clearance for things if we need to get over them, but just be aware if you're older or not as able to get up into taller vehicles, this might be a little bit of a problem. If you don't have a problem with that, yeah, it's going to be really easy to just kind of get in, but again, it's a little bit of a step up to gain that ground clearance at the bottom. But yeah, love it. We have the cover, which is going to help with this brutal sun we have right now and a little bit of weather. But yeah, like I said, I love it. We can see the wheels look really nice on this. So let's go ahead and see what we have in the back. We get to the back and we can see we have a couple of things. So we do have a little bit of storage area down here, which is nice. We have a 2-inch receiver here to be able to tow up to 500 pounds, which is nice in case you want to take a little bit of extra things that may not fit in the NAV 4E itself. So nice that we have that option available. But yeah, very simple. Again, we can see the cover at the top. It's nice. And the other thing that's really good about this is I've driven many golf carts, and a lot of times these things are so flimsy, but this is really solid onto the chassis, and there's barely any flex that you get with this, like kind of in a lateral way. But yeah, love the fact that we have this, and that little storage area makes a world of a difference for just tiny things that you may need. We have the brake lights down here as well on both sides. Let's take a look at what we get inside of the actual NAV 4E. We take a look at the seats, and these things look incredible. Now, if I didn't read the paperwork, I would have told you that these were leather, because that's how good they are. But they are leatherette, which we can see the weathered look to them just looks incredible. Love the fact that we have this two-tone design as well, so it gives it more life. We have the NAV kind of embroidered on there, and it is going to be on all 4 seats, and yeah, all 4 seats are going to get the nice weathered treatment to them, but they are incredible looking. They feel great as well. Very, very plush, so very soft to absorb any bumps that you may feel in this, but it just is unbelievable seating. Now, when you get the Limited, you do get the lithium ion battery system, which we can see there. There is also another battery system for the lower trims. This is in the center as well, so it's pretty centered, good for weight distribution as well. Very easy to get into for servicing reasons. So yeah, nice that we have very easy self-service options that we get with that. We take a look at the steering wheel, and yeah, it's nice. I love it's got kind of a racer feel to it, which is nice. We do have the flat bottom design or shape to it, and we do have the kind of cutouts for my thumb, which are really nice to just kind of hold on to the wheel there, or on the top part where it's a little bit more textured, a finer texture compared to the dimpled area here, which is a little bit more absorbent. The gauge cluster, which is essentially this, it is telling us basically how many miles we have, and the battery there as well. We have the drive mode, so right now we're neutral. We can go in forward or in reverse. Yes, that reverse is really loud, and you do it right by there, that little switch there. We also have your key in there, which is nice. But yeah, that's kind of what you get with the wheel itself. Now let's go ahead and do the cup holder count. So we have 2 for the driver, we have 2 for the passenger, and then in the back we have 1 here and 1 there. So a total of 6. Yeah, there's gonna be more drinks than people in this. Now don't worry, if you're sitting in the front, you still have storage points for your iPhone, so you can put it there, as well as additional storage right in there. And the passenger also gets one of their own there as a little iPhone holder, as well as additional storage. So love that we get that. And oh yeah, and we also get some storage right up there. Yeah, so if you need additional little area for cubbies. Now we get to the infotainment screen, and it's nice. It's small, so don't expect something big, but that's all you really need. And it does have wireless Apple CarPlay on this, so we do have my phone paired up to it. You can use the maps option as well. We do have the light switch here on the side, so we can just run the daytime running light, or you can run the headlight itself on there. So yeah, very simple, very straight to the point, very easy to use, so no complaints there. Now I do see we have some kind of blanks here for other switches, so maybe if you accessorize, you have that option there. We come a little bit lower and we have additional storage, so we can go ahead and open that up, and we have that storage in there. We also have USB connection right in there for your iPhone and so on. And then here we do get a locked bin, so this is going to give you the option to put maybe more secure items right in there and be able to lock it. But yeah, that's what we get with the storage. Oh, and then also if you're needing additional USB ports, we have them right down here. That is the light, which was nice because in my garage it's kind of dark, and that is where you charge it. So just a matter of using their proprietary charger. Go ahead and plug it in there, and it's good to go. So love the fact that we get that, but that's kind of what we get in the front. Oh yeah, one more thing, forgot. We have the rear view mirror here that yeah, you're definitely going to want to get the side mirrors to give you more visibility. And then obviously we have the speakers that we get up here. We do get 4 of them, which they're not super blasting loud, but they really get the job done, so enough to kind of entertain you. We get to the back, and like I mentioned, we do get that same treatment with the rear seats, which look great. Now, one thing I do want to show off with this, and we go ahead and pull that over, and we get this. So we get the option to have additional storage for maybe a cooler, if it's obviously just 2 people. Nice big cooler. My bag fits here, and yeah, there is a ton of space on here, and it is a hard plastic, so love the fact that we have that kind of rugged durability. It does have that little bit of a lip, which is nice, so things don't kind of just go sliding. Love the fact that we have this as additional. So we go ahead and close this off. And to add to the cup holder count, we have these 2 right there. So yeah, we actually have more cup holders than people capacity in this. So that's kind of nice to have. And then we also get this kind of little net that we can store items in. And then we come a little bit lower, and we have that nice little light there to help you out for additional USB connections right in there. But yeah, that's kind of what we get in the back. Still very comfortable, very nice looking seats. I am just so surprised at how good these look. Now, we take the NAV 4E for a drive, and I do want to apologize. This footage might be a little shaky, and it's just simply because of where I have to attach my GoPros and cameras. It's basically on the windshield, so to speak, of it. But yeah, let's go ahead and take this for a drive. Now, this isn't going to break any speed records. It's not going to be anything like that, because apparently there's different laws to this stuff of how fast a vehicle like this can go, how much, you know, how many people can sit in it. Same thing with the use of no seatbelts, things like that. So this does have to stay under 19 miles an hour, and that's the max that it can do. Even downhill, it'll still kind of keep you at 19. But it's nice. So again, despite what you guys are seeing, unfortunately, on the camera, with it kind of shaking, it's actually a really smooth ride. It's a smooth ride, and we do have those nice meaty tires. We do have a nice suspension to really absorb the road. Again, that's just because it's a plexiglass and we're putting essentially weight on the windshield, so to speak. And if I didn't have the camera, I would definitely have opened up the front so that I can let in as much air as possible, because it is scorching hot today. But yeah, I mean, I love the feedback that we get with the steering wheel, so we know what the front wheels are doing. I do love the throttle response, so we do get a good feel of being able to set it at a speed that you want and just keep it there. We can slow things down, and again, whatever you kind of put into it is what it will give out to you. So yeah, that's kind of one of those things where it's very linear, and some of these not golf carts will kind of give you a weird thing where, like, you have to hammer it to get any response. Like, there's a dead spot in the pedal. Not with this. So it's literally very linear to, you know, me lifting off, and it's linearly going to lift off as much. Now, one thing I do have to say is the reverse chime on this, it's really, really loud. So people will know that you are backing up. And let's go ahead and turn it on. Yeah. Yeah, so it's loud. The other thing with that is that the reverse is a little bit on the trickier side than maybe the forward when it comes to the throttle response, and that's because it wants to just quickly stop you. So it has like an auto stop. So when you kind of lift off, it's not going to coast that speed. So you do have to get used to, you know, whatever it's throttle input that you're putting is what you're going to have to kind of keep. Think of it like an RC car, you know, like when you accelerate and then you let go, the car will essentially stop. That's kind of what we get with this in reverse. So at least with the forward, we do get a little bit of a cruise, or it's not as sensitive. It is significantly more sensitive when we are backing up, because I will go ahead and put it in reverse, and when I lift off, it's immediately wanting to stop. So going up my driveway was a little bit on the tougher side if I wanted to back into it. So I was basically just going head first, kind of, or front first, because it just was kind of a pain to deal with. But once you kind of get the use of it, it'll be easy to do, which is kind of, and that was only at the initial start. I do now back up into the garage, which makes things a lot easier. And yeah, I'm taking a look at my mirror because we have a F-150 Raptor behind us. And yeah, that's what definitely love the fact that we have that big mirror at the top. I would like some small ones, which are accessories. You can definitely get those accessories, because I see myself constantly looking left and right for those mirrors. So yeah, you're definitely gonna want that. and that backup camera as well, because the backup camera is going to make a world of a difference to be able to see kind of what's behind you, especially if you have people. But even then though, the top mirror does a great job even if you don't go with a backup camera, because it's so highly placed and it's a nice fisheye or wide angle view up there. But yeah, this is nice. It's been awesome. We had this on 4th of July and we were driving around the neighborhood watching all the neighbors throw off their fireworks, and it has just been really nice. And yeah, the steering response, it's like I said, it's really nice. I'm able to, you know, get a feel for what those front tires are doing, and I love the feel of the steering wheel as well. We have a nice sporty look to it, and obviously we have a flat bottom, and then the brakes are nice. We can take these turns really slow, and yeah, and get a good throttle response to this. Like I said, don't expect this thing to go fast, again, because of all these different rules, which I learned about thanks to the team at Kawasaki. Is yeah, this is at 19 miles an hour, but we come to a stop and sometimes you don't even have to hit the brake. You just throttle off, just kind of like a one pedal drive feel, and yeah, you kind of take off and you're good. It's so smooth, it's so nice to have. And again, if it's something where I didn't want to hop in the car to go get the mail, or if I didn't want to go ahead and get in the car to go to the gym or something like that, yes, I know I need to visit the gym more often, which is probably why I'm really loving this, because it gives me that opportunity. Because again, like I said, I don't want to take the car and if it's just going to be a quick little thing. And oh yeah, we also have turn signals. So we do have the turn signal for the left and for the right. We have the brakes. The only thing though is with this turn signal, just be aware that you do have to manually turn it off, so it's not going to kind of turn off on its own. And yeah, there were many times where I kind of left it on and people were wondering where I was going. So just be very aware that you have to kind of do it on your own. And it's been really comfortable as well for my wife and kid when we were driving this around, to just get out and enjoy the weather sometimes, even though today it's gonna go to like 103, I believe. But on cooler days, to just enjoy it. And even then though, like, this roof has really kept it, even though it's black, I can barely feel any heat coming through, so it means that it's not coming down to me. So yeah, this has been awesome. I have been loving this, taking this out for a drive, and it's not just another golf cart. It really is not, because there's so much to this, and the way that it feels more like a slower side-by-side, which is technically what this is kind of based off of. Yeah, love it. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed my review of the Kawasaki NAV 4E, and remember, find the right gear. See ya.